What's up, guys? My name is Ryan Patrick. I'm the host of New Joke City. We're here in the Big Apple trying to find the next up-and-coming comedian and what their process is from finding material on the streets and taking it to the stage. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and make sure you keep an eye out for our YouTube page.
Do you have like a 70s beat, like a 70s porno beat? Yes. Give me that. Yeah. Oh yeah. I can see you guys. Yeah. He knows his 70s porn, doesn't he?
That felt good.
Yeah, that was good.
It only took 20 times. What's going on, guys? This is New Joke City. I'm your host, Ryan Patrick, and we're actually at Pier 51 today. We're going to be interviewing New York City-based comedian James Camacho. James, what's up, man?
What's up, dude? Nice to see you.
Good to see you. What's going on, bro?
Not much. You know, just trying to get some writing done.
This is one of the best spots, I'd say. Definitely one of the most scenic spots in the city.
Yeah, Hudson River. A lot of, debris and baby diapers in there. But,
Yeah.
it's really gets this is my muse.
It's really good for your skin, too, when it washes up in spring.
Yeah, sometimes I go in there, Have a good time.
James, I know you've been in the game for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super excited to talk to you just because I feel like you got your hand in everything when it comes to being a comedian. You know, your social media, not only are you a stand-up comedian, but you also do podcasts, YouTubes. Like, I feel like you're one of the hardest working guys
Oh, thanks, man.
in the scene,
Yeah.
Where did it all start for you?
It's funny, I don't think there was ever a point in my childhood where I was like, I want to be a comedian. That's what I want. You have a lollipop and you point at TV, you see Dane Cook, you know. It wasn't like that. It was more like I always knew I wanted to be in entertainment in some aspect. Yeah. So when I was a kid, I would always draw comic books, write short stories, and write screenplays that were all comedy related. And eventually, when you write so much comedy, you're like, oh, maybe I'll try stand-up. Yeah. And I just did it, and then it was perfect because I'm writing my own stuff, performing my own stuff, and from the first day I did it, I just never stopped.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you have anybody in your corner to help kind of push you along?
No support from my parents. No support from. I didn't tell any of my friends because I was scared that they were gonna think I was dumb, stupid. They're all they all care about making money. They're all finance, gambling at those type of people. It's like whatever way. They don't even care if they enjoy making money. They just want to make money and get lavish stuff. So I didn't want to tell them I was doing any type of acting or performance stuff. So I just kept it to myself, and I just did it, and it was all self-motivated because I knew this is it finally. I finally found something that I want to do. I'll put 150% of my life's effort into, as opposed to my whole life before it was I just want to get a C to pass. It's just counting the minutes till get out of class.
Really? So I guess once you kind of discovered you could be funny for a career, that's what really lit the fire.
Well, it wasn't. I didn't even think I could be funny as a career. It was just it got to the point where all right, now I'm just doing this. Now I'm getting old. I gotta find a way to make a living here. Yeah. So now, I was for so long. I would take horrible gigs that didn't make any sense or pay right, but I just wanted to get better and get the experience of doing whatever long sets or hosting. Yeah. And then it gets to a point where you're all right, now I need to make now I need to ask for money.
Where and when was your first set? How old were you? How'd it go?
Yeah.
Do you remember anything that you said?
So I the first actual set I did, I was actually in middle school. I was in the 7th grade. I had this very alternative English teacher. So one Friday of the month, she would stop the whole, she would have no lecture. She would just have a thing she called the coffee house, where you could do whatever you wanted. Basically, you could do your homework. You could treat it as a study hall, or if you wanted to, you could sign up and do performances. So some people would read poetry, some people would rap, and I decided I wanted to put stand up, which I don't even know where it came from. I used to watch a lot of Comedy Central, so I would see South Park and Comedy Central Presents and all in that order. Remember, in Chappelle Show and Insomniac? Yep. It would just be that killer's row of shows. So I saw stand-up, I'm I want to try that, I want to do that. So basically, I don't remember who it was I saw, but I just basically stole their act. This was when I was 12. And I just did their act. I remember one of the jokes was, I was making fun of how big my head was. and then I would like, I was like, my head's so big, like it just drags me around. So I just did this whole act out, and in the middle of the class, just doing like this, and it killed.
Really?
Killed, yeah. It was like, I was so nervous too. Like I wrote everything on my arm. I was sweating so much, it was like dripping.
No way.
I used a Sony water bottle as a microphone, which is like kind of funny because like, when I did that, I always thought the Sony was like the shit. And now people I see make fun of the Sony all the time for being shit water. So
Yeah,
I didn't even know it was shit water.
I think it's supposed to be bad for you.
I didn't know that.
I
So
hope they don't sue for
I think
this.
it's from Coke, because Coke does something to any liquid they, whatever, something.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
I think so. They try to make it more addicting. But yeah, that was my first time, and then I didn't do it again until I was like 21. And that was, I just took a comedy class because I was interested.
Yeah.
And that was my my second step, or like my first step is like kind of like a phoenix, just kind of like rebirthed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that was my
Where'd, I mean,
Sorry.
I feel like a lot of, because I've taken a class too.
Mhm.
So I grew up in South Jersey, but
Yeah.
I was in Philly.
Mhm.
I feel like with classes, like in one sense they are, I think, a ripoff, but in another sense, I think for somebody that has no idea what they're doing,
yeah.
like has no comedy network, I thought in that sense it was worth it. All right.
I
What
think
do you think?
it's a ripoff if someone advertises you as a way to like, you're gonna get a good 5 minutes out of this. You're
Yeah.
gonna be whatever famous or pass at a club at. That's a ripoff. That's a complete lie. Like
Yeah.
no one takes anyone takes a comedy class, a booker will see that person and be like, that person at least 7 years.
Yeah.
I won't even look at them. But if someone like the class I took the guy was pretty honest. He's like, you guys all suck. You guys are probably not gonna.
That's good.
All of
though.
you, most of you probably won't even continue to do stand-up after this. And that's just the reality. What you have to do is go to open mics every single day. So the first day of class is like, you just go to open mics every single day.
Wow.
And most teachers, I know a teacher that like was telling his kids like, don't go to any open mics. We're gonna have a 6 weeks course, and on the last class you'll have a graduation show where you do your 5 minutes. We're gonna prepare your 5 minutes and do it. And that's just not. You get good at stand-up, you have to do it often. You can't just do it once every 8 weeks, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, for real.
yeah.
So, how long have you been doing it now?
I'm 7 years in.
7 years, and I mean, you are a professional comedian. That is your. That's. How's it feel to say that?
It feels good, but it also feels dangerous.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm saying like I'm up to skydiving. This is really risky.
That kind of hustle though is like unmatched. You know what I mean? Like, there's no
Yeah.
other.
But it's not good mentally, because there's a lot of anxiety that comes with it.
Yeah. Oh,
'Cause you're
yeah, I
not-
didn't think about that.
Yeah, you have a steady paycheck. You're just like, I go my life. I have my salary. You know, gotta not get fired or
It's a lot
being an
of
intern. You know, but
Eat what you kill.
yeah, yeah. But then when you do something like this, where you're like, I mean, I have to look for work. I have to go job hunting pretty much every day. You know, I wake up, I send emails to clubs, and just trying to constantly hustle for opportunities. And it sounds admirable, but it's also like, you know, it's
It's a lot of work.
a lot of work. It's a lot of stress. You know.
How many emails do you think you send a day?
Oh,
Because I feel like this is the aspect that everybody always thinks of, just like
Yeah.
getting on stage and just trying to make people laugh. But it's
Yeah.
the behind the scenes stuff that not a lot of people, I think, have exposure to. Like what you were saying, you send emails, you got to reach out to bookers. Like,
Yeah.
how many hours do you think a day you spend just doing that?
It depends. Like, I went pretty hard. I want to say last Thursday, I said about maybe 25. And this is a combination of emails, messages on Instagram, website, like just like on the websites they have contact forms.
Yeah.
Calling people. So, yeah, I mean, hours. I'll spend like 2-3 hours, and my goal is to like at least spend an hour a day and send 10.
Yeah.
But you know, things happen, life happens. You can't do that. But,
Yeah.
No, it's like working. It's basically like you go into your 9-to-5 job, you sit down, and someone throws a stack of papers on you, and you just
got
hammering away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, that's what I don't think a lot of people realize. So, you know, you're doing stand up, you're doing you're doing your own work. Like, what other opportunities? I know you do a podcast,
Yeah.
and I know you're very active on social media. Like,
Mhm.
has that I mean, you have your hand in so many different things. Does it all, like, have you seen one avenue really been more beneficial than another avenue? You know, like, you know, every comedian I feel like is on Twitter. Like, what's your favorite? You know, what's been the most productive, I guess you could say?
I think Instagram and TikTok have been pretty good for me.
Really?
Yeah, because they're very different though. Like TikTok, you can kind of you can showcase yourself to like new people.
Yeah.
Instagram's more about you really showcase like who's following you, but you can also build followers too. But I like a lot of people have said like, oh, I saw your stuff on Instagram, or I saw your stuff on. I found you on Instagram. I don't get a lot of that from anything. I don't get a lot of that from like TikTok, or like I saw your stuff on TikTok, or I saw your stuff on Twitter. I put most of my time in Instagram, making videos, clips, and just post and just building my following there. It also just looks good. Like if you have a high number of followers, this is the kind of world we live in now where bookers look at that. I think that's valuable, you know?
I mean, when it comes down to it, it's a business, and it's all who you can bring to the show. You know, it's crazy.
That's literally all. That's all that matters. You could be the terrible comic, but if you can sell out.
So you got your emails. You have, you know, that kind of hustle aspect.
Yeah.
What's your writing process like? You know? Like, do you write a certain amount every day, or because I feel like some people, they just kind of like get on stage and just wing it.
Yeah, there's definitely people like that, which I'm kind of jealous of. Like, those people are definitely like just like they're naturally funny, or they have like a charisma to them, and it's weird though because a lot of those type of people like they kind of get away with doing without doing the work in terms of like writing, so their jokes aren't really good. And there is a thing where it's like if you have well-written jokes, it translates so much better on TV and on an album. But if you're kind of more of an act out or like personality guy, it's harder to get. I think it's harder for your late night sets to like do as well. But my writing process, I just sit down and write for like at least an hour a day. Yeah. I just sit down with the notebooks and I listen to sets. I rewrite. If I have an idea, I start hashing it out.
Yeah.
And a new thing that I've been doing is I'll write a joke, like basically the premise, like a quick punchline. What I do now is like I'll film it. I'll film myself saying it to the like selfie style, and then I'll try it on I'll put it on TikTok as like an open mic almost. And if it like goes viral, or if it has like a really like good ratio to view to like ratio, like oh, that's probably something there because people are obviously liking it, you know?
Really? So you use social media almost as an at-home open mic?
Yeah, Twitter too. I'll tweet the thing, and then if it gets like a bunch of likes, I'm like, all right, there's probably something there, and then I'll write it for the stage. But all those avenues are so different. Like the way you write something on Twitter to present it is different than you would write it for TikTok, you know? And then when we go on stage, you can't just be like, you know, stand there and say the joke. You have to be able to like ease into it and deliver it the right way, you know?
Build before and after whatever the tweet was.
Yeah.
How many times have you had it where like you get a tweet or a TikTok video and it went awesome, and then you get on stage and it falls flat?
You know, there's each like I said, each avenue is different the way you deliver it. So it's very rare. I would say actually it's pretty normal for everything to work across the board, but there are definitely some where like I just posted something on Instagram and Twitter about the Texas abortion thing, how they just made coat hangers illegal. Yeah, it's really so, but it did really well on Instagram and Twitter, and TikTok did okay. Then I said on stage and everyone's like horrified.
Really?
Anyone get an abortion recently? I need $10,000. Anyone? It's 10,000. She said it like 10,000. I don't want to divide the room or anything, but it's like that is the craziest shit I've ever heard of. You know, $10,000 if you point out someone that. Someone tried to pull me out today. I was fucking just hanging my clothes. You got a coat hanger? What are you gonna do with that thing? I'm like, I'm gonna hang my tidy whitey. He's like, yeah, no, I'm calling the authorities on you, right? I know you're doing back alley fucking abortions.
Yeah, but I still think there's a way to deliver. I'm just not delivering. Like, I can't just say Texas coat hanger. Like, I think if you read that in the privacy of your own like home or whatever, you're like, oh, that's funny. Oh, it's really clever. But on stage, it's like, you know, you're in public, people are seeing other people react, and it's like, you know, if you say abortion or anything, people freak out. So I'm still trying to figure out a way how I can make that funny. One way was like I was making a joke about like, oh, you know, just coming from Texas and they stopped me at TSA because I had a coat hanger, like, but that hasn't been working. It's it might not be able to work.
How like when you have an idea, how many rounds of like mics do you have to run an idea through in order to be able to be like, I got a solid joke out of this?
So I would say like, so right now what I really do, I don't do many mics, but what I do is like I'll do the, you know, tweet it, Instagram it, I'll run it by people I trust, and they're like, oh, that's funny. And then I'll try it at a show, usually like on a Monday through Thursday, where it's like, you know, kind of a lighter show or like a bar show. And I'll just like sandwich it in between, like, you know, A material. I'll do my A material up front. And then once the crowd like trust me, then I'll kind of like start throwing you know, the horse shit.
The new stuff.
Yeah. And it's a good because it's good because then you know, they're really on your side. So when you start saying stuff, they like you, and then they'll give you kind of an honest read. Like if you're killing and then you do a new joke and it kind of gets a titter, you're like, oh, it's probably nothing good, you know?
Yeah.
But if it kills, you're like, okay, then you take it to the next step where like, you try to find it where it goes into your act.
It sounds like you go through a lot when it comes to, you know, getting a joke from the idea to the stage, like a real solid idea. I know this isn't a comedy club, but how do you feel about trying some of that material outdoors at Pier 51 in New York City?
I think it'd be horrible. I think I'd go viral for once on TikTok, but just not on someone else's account. But I'm down for anything.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's go do it.
What's up, everybody? How we doing, New York City? Yes! This is not a protest. Do not worry. We are hanging out. What's up? My name is Ryan Patrick, and I am the host of upcoming show New Joke City. How we doing? This is wonderful to see everybody's face here on Labor Day weekend. I'm Irish. Do we have any Irish people here? I love asking. We got some Irish people. Nice. Yeah. Usually people can tell I'm Irish by my fragrance. It's my going out cologne. It's called Sunscreen by Calvin Klein. Yeah. SPF. Take a little whiff of that. I realize Irish people that we really don't share their emotions. You know, they're very tough people. Like my parents, they never told me growing up, they never told me they loved me. Well, once, my dad said he loved me. He tells people that he said that when we were playing tennis. It was 30 love, you. I was like, Dad, thank you. It's sad, I know, it's aggravating. But, you know, what can you do? Just to let you guys know, me and the guy that's coming up, we are some of the best comedians in New York City's Craigslist page. So you guys can hit us up. We'll do birthdays, quinceañeras, insurrections. We'll do whatever you got. So, yeah. So guys, how we feeling? We feeling good? We got our headliner in front of Mario Island. This is the best venue I've ever played. This is amazing. Guys, give a big round of applause for New York City-based comedian James Camacho. One more time for Ryan, everyone. Let him hear it. How's it going? Good to be here. Wow, career high point. Woo! On the high rise. All right. My name's James. I'm not famous. No one cares. All right, we'll post that for Instagram later. Pretend like this went well. There we go. My dad's here, guys. Give it for my dad. Yeah. Anyone who lives in New York City, make some noise. Yeah! All right, who's visiting? All right, same people clap. That's nice. It's a really weird city, dude. I actually took the train here, and this guy pushed me out of the way. He goes, "Fuck out of my way, pretty boy." I was like, wow, people are so nice these days, huh? Dude, I wish my parents complimented me like that. It's a weird time, though. Coronavirus, who's heard of it? Nice. Some people call it the Chinese virus. Have you guys heard this? Yeah, that confused me because I thought the Chinese virus was the inability to make your parents proud.
People are like, I got COVID, I couldn't breathe. I'm like, I know, my mom choked you for getting a B+, I know. I am Chinese, by the way. I'm only half Chinese. I'm Chinese and Puerto Rican. That's why I look like a Pokemon master. Thank you.
I am Asian, by the way. I'm mixed race. That's why I look like a Pokemon master. I'm Chinese and Puerto Rican. That's what I am. Yes. And you know what's weird about mixed race? People don't understand it. Like, I was in Florida, I did this show, this guy came up to me after, he's like, you're Chinese and Puerto Rican? I'm like, yeah, it's pretty crazy, man, you know. He goes, so, you're Filipino? How does that make sense? It's like, yeah, doesn't Asian plus Spanish equal Filipino? Like, what am I, a math problem? How does one race plus another race equal a whole new race? Races aren't colors. So, my mom is Chinese, my dad's Puerto Rican. We actually had a fun Chinese New Year. My mom gave me lucky money, but my dad stole it. It was really crazy. He said he's holding it, guys, all right? There will be interest. But I had the weirdest family. Mixed race, my parents met in a weird way. My dad was my mom's professor in college.
It's a weird mix. My mom's Chinese, my dad's Puerto Rican, of course. And they actually met in college, but my dad was my mom's professor. Yeah, so I'm the extra credit, guys, you know what I mean? Still my dad over there. It's so weird though, because people think I lie about that. That's a completely true thing. My dad, he's not really my dad. This is so weird. People are like, you're not Puerto Rican. Yeah, so my dad really is a professor. You can look my dad up. He's on ratemyprofessor.com. And if you don't know what it's a website where college kids go online and they write reviews about their college professors. And I went on this website to see my dad's reviews. They were terrible. One person literally wrote, Professor Camacho is lazy, he's a slob, and he snores in bed. I was like, oh my god, that must be my mom. What an interesting outlet. My girlfriend's mixed race too. She's Indian and white, so our kids are gonna be X-Men. Hell yeah. I can't wait to have kids with my girlfriend. That kid is gonna be 4 races. That's gonna be an amazing baby. It's gonna have a lot of amazing traits. It's gonna have Chinese work ethic, Puerto Rican pride, Indian leadership, and white privilege. Hell yeah! Indian people left. They like that one. Yeah, no, she's great. She's very smart. The dumbest thing she's ever done is date me. My girlfriend's a PhD student at Columbia University. She's getting her PhD in neuroscience. Yeah, so, yes, thank you. Yeah, I am not working in the future, guys. The other day, she's like, you're at 10, baby. I'm like, yeah, you're a 401k, baby. Hell yeah. She's great. I met her on Hinge. Anyone on dating apps here? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you guys look familiar. Hell yeah. Yeah, dating apps are tough, though, because I realize you can't be yourself. Like, I'm a comedian, so I would try to make jokes when I would message girls. But you can't be funny on dating apps. There's no context for messaging. If you try to be funny on a dating app, you just seem like a weirdo. I'll give you an example. One time I matched with a girl. Her bio said, I love grandpa sweaters. Hi, grandmas. Yeah. Naughty, naughty. All right, I guess Santa, that was fucking weird. Like she's gonna bring out a paddle to spank me. Yeah. So she said her bio said I love grandpa sweaters. So I sent her a message trying to be funny. I was like, hey, my grandpa just died and he left me all his sweaters. And she blocked me. I'm like, what? I'm saying have what you want. Yeah. She's great though. I'm very happy to be in a relationship. Make some noise if you're in a happy relationship.
How fucking yeah, let's go now.
There we go. Yeah, it's great. I'm very lonely too. I get very lonely. I'm only child. Anyone else? Yeah, just alone again? All right. It's good. It sucks being an only child because you get blamed for everything. That's the worst part. Everything's your fault. When I was growing up, anytime something's missing in my parents' house, it was never my dad, Never a burglar, always me. My mom would be like, did you take cookies from the cookie jar? Did you take liquor from my liquor cabinet? Did you take money from my purse? I'm like, I don't know, I'm drunk eating cookies. Jesus. She was right though, I used to steal from my parents, which is really dumb as an only child. I got caught every single time. You can't steal from your parents if you're an only child. That's like farting on an elevator with one other person. The other person's like, I know it's you. I'm like, it's okay, sir, I'm vaccinated. Don't worry about it, all right? This stuff is not airborne. All right, I gotta go. I got a show in November, but I want to say one last thing. My parents always knew I wanted a sibling growing up, so you know what they did? They got me bunk beds. How messed up is that? I was an only child that slept in the top bunk of a bunk bed. And they fooled me too. When they got it, I was telling everyone in school, I'm gonna get a brother, I'm gonna get a sister, it's gonna be awesome. It never happened. You know what did happen though? My mom and dad got into an almost divorce argument one day, and my mom just slept in the bottom bunk with me for the rest of my childhood. Yeah. Dude, I was like, how did I go from thinking I was gonna get a sibling to a cock block? What is this? Alright guys, my name's James Camacho. Thank you so much for coming out. I know you guys bought tickets and waited in line. And follow New Joke City. Follow me at Camacho, bro. Thank you. Alright, we did.
Thanks everybody, we appreciate it. Follow James Camacho, follow New Joke City. I'm Ryan Patrick. I hope you have a wonderful Labor Day weekend and stay safe. See ya.